or even learn to ride a motorcycle. We even provide the bike. Check out your catalog or go to southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to possible.
Dreaming of the perfect kitchen? More room for entertaining? Today, the Johnsons got both and saved by consolidating their debt. With a home equity line of credit, you can borrow money as you need it, have flexible payment options, and pay interest on only the money you're using. If you have equity in your home, the possibilities are endless with a home equity line of credit. What will you decide to do? Get started by visiting libertyfirstcu.com today. Approval required. Equal opportunity lender. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Another packed fall sports season means it's time to get to N Street Drive-In to fill up on all your beverage needs. This month's specials are Sam Adams, Exile Brewing from Iowa, and other fall seasons. Also, make sure to download the new N Street Drive-In app to order online and to set up delivery right to your front door. And don't forget their top-notch Crowler fill system. N Street Drive-In, your one-stop beverage stop at 1801 O Street.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at Tipsy Tina's in the Haymarket. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at Tipsy Tina's in the Haymarket. Sponsored by Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, Tractor Supply Distribution Center, T.O. Haas Tire and Auto, Planet Fitness, Barnwood and Leather, and Vitalize Health. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, maybe I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. Happy Thursday, folks. This is the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary with you today. Hello, Rico.
What it is.
How are you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm actually really good. Despite being completely wrong on my volleyball prediction, I'm doing great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were both wrong.
I even went home and I told my wife my prediction. She goes, "What, are you stupid?" That's not exactly what she said, but that's pretty much what she said. She's like, at the very least, I had them going 5. And I was like, well, I had them
going 5.
I had a lot of confidence. I thought they'd like drop the first set and then be like, all right, bet, and then just take it to Dana Redkey and the Badgers.
Yeah, no, Julia Orzal really impressed me last night. The freshman who Wisconsin
Poland.
They played her when she was 15. She played on the national team when she was 15. They played Wisconsin, and Wisconsin was like, we need to stay in contact.
And she was like, Badgers. I like Badgers.
I like Badgers as well. So she had a little bit of grit to her last night.
She was feisty.
Yeah, no, Wisconsin's very good. Also, it's going to be tough for Nebraska volleyball down the road here. They have the hardest remaining schedule in the Big Ten Conference the rest of the way, starting with Minnesota on Saturday, while Wisconsin has the third easiest.
Minnesota goes Purdue, Northwestern, Iowa, Purdue, Northwestern. Northwestern and Iowa are both 0-10 in the conference.
It's wild.
Yeah, no big deal. Wisconsin's just going to just tack on some more Big Ten victories.
You never know. It's kind of weird. Nebraska, their streak has been broken.
You never know, but also you know.
Yeah.
Like Wisconsin against Northwestern and Iowa, like, no, I'm sorry. Like, no disrespect, but no. Purdue might give them a run for their money. Yeah. They might win like a set in combined in both games. But, you never know.
We'll see what happens. But Nebraska, their winning streak has snapped, while Wisconsin has now has a streak of their own. I believe they're just won their 10th game in a row last night.
Because they lost their first conference match to Maryland.
Yes. We're going to break down some Husker basketball stuff from last night. There was a lot of things to take away from last night, despite them playing against Peru State. More of just how guys reacted when they got in and how they handled the ball and the nerves, I suppose. There's a lot to be excited. Also, on the flip side, there's a little bit of friction there with Nebraska basketball. Fred Hoiberg touched on it a little bit last night that you might have heard during the 1 o'clock hour of Tom and Bach. But we won't go through any of the clips that Fred said, but we will dive into some of the things that they need to definitely improve on if they want to contend in the Big Ten Conference, which we feel like, and a big talking point is going to be their depth. I went back and I looked at some previous rosters, not solely in the Fred Hoiberg era, but even in the Tim Miles time frame, and
not the deepest of squads.
Nebraska this year is deeper than they've been, and the talent that they have in their second team or their bench players is better than it's been in a very long time. So across the board. So we'll dive into that a little bit. We'll be joined at 2:30 by Tom Dienhart of I almost said it, Tom Dienhart of blackandgold.com. He'll give us some insight on Purdue. I'm curious, who needs this game on Saturday more? Is it Scott Frost or is it Jeff Brom? Because
it's Scott Frost.
I think it is too, but also we don't know where Purdue's sitting. I mean, think about the season that Purdue's had. Obviously, they're not controlling their own destiny in the West or anything. However, they go and play a pretty good game overall against against Iowa on the road. They beat number 2 Iowa. And then they come back and they lose to a mediocre Wisconsin team who
played a really bad game against Wisconsin.
Now Wisconsin kind of seems to be turning a corner, and mostly led by the defense, especially Chenal from the linebacker.
Definitely
position.
Not the offense.
You guys know how to interact with the show, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, Sutter Heyman text line. Both those are open for you all hour long. We'll take your thoughts, your questions. How are you feeling about Facebook now being metaverse? We'll talk about that here briefly. And then, as always, the Sutter Heyman Jewelers video stream, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Now, before we get rolling, I need to shout out Play It Again Sports. Because
this man,
I will. Let me explain it, Rico. So if you guys listen to the one-on-one and old school with DPJ and us, you guys probably know I have a flag football playoff game tonight. So a very generous listener gave me a $50 gift card to Play It Again Sports. So
can we just call him a donor? I'm going to call him a donor. It sounds cooler.
A donor gave me a $50 gift card to Play It Again Sports to get cleats and to get a pair of gloves. Well, thanks to the kind people over at Play It Again Sports, they hooked me up for $50. I got a pair of cleats. You have to admit the cleats are pretty fresh.
The cleats, so Nick got some Under Armour cleats, which I mean it's okay. They're nice cleats. They're nice cleats. But if you were gonna get some cleats, I mean at least go with some Adidas or some Nikes. Like, come on, man, wear some Under Armour. What kind of person are you?
Man, I got those wide feet.
This man walks in here with a plastic bag and he goes, "I got some swag," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he reaches into the bag, pulls out the cleats, and there's some all-white cleats. They look pretty nice. They're fresh. I go, "Ooh, these are nice." He goes, "I got some gloves, too." And this man pulls out the bulkiest pair of gloves I have ever seen. And I look at him. I go, "What is that?" He goes, "They're lineman gloves." I'm like, why are you getting lineman gloves for flag football? If you're on the stream on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, you can check out these bulky Adidas gloves that Nick got. They've got a little stick to them.
They got
but
padding.
This dude he said they're the only ones that fit my hands. All the others were like youth medium or youth extra small or whatever. So he's going to be playing flag football in some lineman gloves, some Adidas lineman gloves, and some Under Armour cleats.
See, here's the thing though, is if you've followed the story of my team, then you would know that sometimes I need to play offensive line.
Let me see them gloves.
So I feel like I need to have offensive lineman gloves.
You don't need lineman gloves to
but
flag football. You can't use your hands to block.
Here's the deal: is Happer was wearing them earlier, and he said he caught a football pretty easily.
Yeah, they still got a little bit of stick to them, but like look at this padding. Like look at this thing. You got some padding right here. Got some hard padding on the thumb.
Yeah,
like these are like UFC gloves, man. They got the knuckles are all protected.
Can't
like,
be
what
jamming,
is going on?
Can't be jamming
solid.
fingers.
That's what that is. Solid. Look at that. You can see it on the stream, the Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. You can check out. I'll wear one glove.
You'll wear one glove.
I'll
for
wear the
whole time.
left glove for the rest of the show.
As always, 402-464-5685. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to
some 2Xs.
They are 2XLs. They are the only ones on the whole entire rack that would fit.
These fit pretty nice, actually.
I agree.
Lineman, I was telling you earlier, I said being a lineman is just the worst. Because, like, you need all this padding because you've got, your hand gets in some face masks. You fall down. People start stepping on your hands. Like, and the people that are stepping on your hands aren't light. There's some big folks out there.
I'm sure.
So, you get that padding in there, grabbing on people, getting it twisted and everything. It's a rough life in the trenches.
This is my first time ever having football gear. So we'll see how it goes tonight. 6:30 is game time, baby.
Cubs Square. What's your flag football team's name?
Not the Orchids of Asia.
So the Orchids of Asia changed sports now?
Hey, give credit to Cubsker. He remembered the name.
Oh, goodness gracious.
The Orchids of Asia slow pitch softball team is returning next year. So
Ryan says these could be boxing gloves. They're so thick. I'm telling you, man. These are like UFC gloves. You don't want to box with these. You need some more.
As long as I can catch, we'll be good.
And Don shouted out Industry Baby, or Brian shouted out Industry Baby in the arena last night. Shout out Industry Baby. And Don says, if we're doing shout outs for playoff football this weekend, then I'm here for Elks B team game on Sunday against Police at noon. I don't know what that is.
Hashtag proud dad midget football.
Oh, midget. Okay. So, all right. Shout out Elks B team
going up against Police.
Bet
at noon. Hashtag proud dad, Don says. All right, let's dive into some Husker basketball stuff. What were your guys' thoughts on Nebraska basketball last night? Obviously, it was a little closer in the first half than you probably would have liked. Peru State actually shot the ball from deep, especially really well in the first half. But finally, in the second half, towards the later stages, Nebraska was able to pull away 97-58. Alonzo Verge has kind of been the story all day long. Looked extremely talented in 21 minutes played. Really made a lot of people excited when he started dishing off no-look passes down to Derek Walker for a couple layups.
I heard it was a grand old time.
That's right. You don't have BTN Plus.
I do not. I have not. I wanted to watch some highlights. Something I don't really know where to go. I was going to go to YouTube. I haven't gone there yet, but I will make it my mission to at least watch some highlights, if not watch the entire game on somewhere. If somebody knows where I can watch the entire game, let me know.
I should just give you my login.
You should, actually.
Because I don't think there's only like one screen that's allowed.
You should do that, please and thank you.
Okay, we'll get,
because I do want to watch the rest of the first games for Nebraska because they're all on BTN Plus.
That's a good point.
Except for Creighton. So I was just going to be sad and not knowledgeable, unfortunately.
Yeah, our good friend Buzzy Carruthers was one of the people on the call last night.
I heard that,
and he was fantastic analyzing the game for everybody. So Alonzo Verge, 20 points, 7 of 10 from the field, 2 of 2 from deep. Maybe more important, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. There's one of those things where he's probably not going to come off the bench, and Fred didn't really explain this last night, why he didn't start in the first half. However, he started in the second half.
Why
CJ started the actual game off. And if you think about it, if those two just swap, which you probably feel like is the more likely option than Alonzo Verge Jr. taking out Lat or even Bryce McGowan's, I suppose. You still feel confident in CJ Wilcher coming off the bench, even though CJ didn't necessarily have the best game of his life last night. Just from what you've heard, and you guys get to know CJ from listening to The Truth, which will be on tonight. You know what type of player CJ is capable of being. And I think that all comes back to how they have much improved depth this year. And however they want to handle, however Fred wants to handle the starting 5, whether it is Alonzo Verge or keeping Lat in and going smaller with Verge in there, or if they take CJ out and they put Verge in there in his place. However they handle it, you still have a good sense of confidence with the guys coming off the bench.
I was going to say, minutes-wise, I don't think you could take much out of I don't know, possibly both exhibitions and maybe the first couple of games outside of Creighton, because with these games, you are expected to win. You are hopeful to win, the first 7 games of your season plus the exhibitions.
Yes.
So with that, you will be, Fred might be experimenting with some people with some different lineups. So some people might not play as many minutes as they will play when you get into the meat of your season, the better teams that you're going to face. So, with Alonzo Verge, you just wanted to see what CJ Wilcher could do starting off, although I'm sure Alonzo got plenty of minutes anyways. So it's just something maybe Fred wants to test out some new lineups, see who works well with who and how many minutes, somebody can handle at any given time. And if they're better coming off the bench or starting a game or at what point in the game and in certain situations you want to put somebody in. So I totally understand that. And I don't think you can look too much into the minutes, but I heard the 3-point shooting was a little swap where Peru State was doing probably what Nebraska wanted to do and shooting extremely well from the 3-point line for at least the first half.
Well, and they had a guy, Harris, who was 5 of 5 from deep last night.
Ooh.
And at some point, and Buzzy said this on the broadcast, at some point you play good defense, and if he hits a shot, you just shrug your shoulders and say, well, that's a good shot, man. Good, nice play on that one. And that happened a couple times last night. However, going through the rest of the roster real quickly, Casey is cemented as a fan favorite, it feels like already. Quick release last night while being accurate is something that is exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And then also his defense was extremely underrated coming in before he arrived. All we heard before he came on campus was offense. He's a 3-point sniper. He's
offensive weapon.
Exactly. But last night he's able to move his feet on defense laterally extremely well, it felt like. And you kind of saw that. And he might not be any, a Q McPherson or a Trey McGowan's, but he's going to be able to handle his own on defense.
He's got enough size to give people problems. It's not like he's going to be a lockdown defender. You're not asking him to go out there and guard the opposing team's best guard.
No.
But he will be able to handle his own and slow some people down on the defensive end while also being a offensive weapon for Nebraska.
Big time. He was 2 of 4 last night from deep.
And by offensive weapon, I mean not just a long range shooter. He can put it on the deck.
Oh yeah, no, he's going to be exciting to watch. He'll be one of those bench guys, and that's what I'm saying is when you're able to get a spark like that, where if you go down and hit a couple trifectas in a sequence of possessions, you're feeling pretty excited about what you have coming off the bench. All right, Rico. Your boy Wilhelm.
I told y'all, I don't know why everybody's surprised that my mans was out there balling out. Everybody's like, oh, Wilhelm looks really good. Well, of course, Wilhelm looks really good. He is a fantastic ball player, and he's going to be a problem solver for Nebraska this year. Just wait on it. He's going to get some more minutes. Mm-hmm. He's going to put some more weight on. He's going to get acclimated to college ball, and he's going to pose some problems for opposing defenses. I don't know why everybody's surprised. My man's balled out.
That's exactly the right way to put it, is that he will probably need to get stronger. And he knows that. If you listen to his press conference, I'm not sure if he said it last night, but he said it earlier about a week and a half ago when the Husker basketball team, a couple guys and Fred met with the media on a Monday, that he understood that he feels like he's made a good amount of progress towards getting stronger and towards getting to the size that is needed to compete at the Big Ten level. However, he understands that he's not there yet. And I don't think this coaching staff is going to ask him to do too much.
No, he had to go
put him in a bad place to where he will not be successful.
No, he had to go through the rehab process when he first got here. He's dealing with that injury from high school that he suffered in high school. So he had to go through that before he could actually put some good weight on and get to working out with the rest of the team. But he's made his presence felt. As people said, he's extremely fundamental. He does everything extremely well. He's really, I don't know, extremely well. He setting picks, getting rebounds, playing good defense, and then he gets a couple good shots off. I mean, he's going to be there, and you can trust him to make the right play.
Well, and last night really, and once again, I understand you have to take the opponent into a consideration, and it was Peru State, and we'll get even better read on everybody, especially the front 9 guys. Basically, it kind of seemed like last night. We'll get a better read on all those guys on Sunday, and then especially once the regular season begins on the 9th and stuff. However, it really showed that he's versatile enough to stretch the floor, like we've heard. Right, we've been talking about that before, where he's versatile enough to stretch the floor, but then he also put it on the deck. He was able to drive and be successful. Once again, it was against Peru State. However, it's a bigger dude that's 6'10", 6'11", depending on if he's standing up straight at the time, and he can take it to the rack, which is extremely beneficial if you're Nebraska, because this offense, and we've talked about it, is all about space. It's all about spreading the floor. And so when you have a guy like Wilhelm that is out there that can spread the floor a little bit, then put the ball on the deck and then dish it off to Derek Walker or kick it back out to one of the guards like Alonzo Verge or Trey or Bryce, then you got that inside out game kind of working really, really well. And is very exciting for what the future could mean for Nebraska when all these guys start gelling together even better.
He's a 6'10" dude with a shot, handles, and he plays good defense. In the Big Ten Conference, you've got bigs who aren't that mobile. So if you can get somebody in there who can stretch the floor and pull them out of the paint, you've got a lot more room for a Bryce, a Trey, an Alonzo Verge, a Derek Walker, anybody to get in there and cause some havoc in the paint while he holds the big on the outside. It's really fantastic to see, and I just can't wait until he puts a little bit more weight on. And even if he doesn't put weight on during the season, just the way that he'll be able to acclimate himself in the Big Ten, get used to the college game, and use his athletic ability to take advantage of the more stone-footed bigs of the Big Ten is just going to be it's going to be fantastic. I don't know about Kofi Coburn. He's pretty athletic for how big he is.
But he's big.
He's different. He's a different animal. But just to watch him take advantage of some of the bigs in the Big Ten will be really fun.
And here's where I kind of want to talk about depth towards the back end of me talking about Eduardo Andre here, because Eduardo Andre, he'll be fighting for some minutes here. He had 10 points off the bench, 4 for 4 from the field, 6 boards in a shorter amount of time, which was pretty impressive. But he could play a big role coming off the bench and relieving Derek Walker, because you still feel confident, because Eduardo Andre last year was a little smaller. Now he's gotten bigger. He looks more like a Big Ten post guy or a guy that plays down low to a certain extent. And this is where I want to talk about depth really quickly before we have to take our first break and get to Tom Dienhart of blackandgold.com. But if you think back to 2019, so Hoiberg's first season, obviously you have to go through a coaching transition and everything. You graduated a couple guys, you had attrition, but it was Ivan Ouedraogo starting, Matej Kavas coming off the bench, who Matej Kavas, he got injured that year. He came in as this high profile 3-point shooter and never panned out. Jervay Green never panned out. Samari Curtis didn't stick around. You had Kevin Cross, but he was a freshman and needed to get a little more athletic, get accustomed to the Big Ten game, and it just didn't work out. And obviously part of that's because Nebraska was transitioning coaching staffs. Then you fast forward to last year. You have the COVID year. Like I just said, Eduardo was young. Derek Walker was out for a couple weeks because of the whole situation with Tennessee and suspension, but really shouldn't have been a suspension. And then 2018, so not even just in Fred Hoiberg's staff, your big man was Tanner Borkart, which is, and no slight to Tanner Borkart, he played valuable minutes in 2018. He played valuable minutes in 2018. However, Tanner Borkart's no Derek Walker. He's no Wilhelm. He's no Eduardo Andre. Jordy Shamanga, you had in 2018, he wasn't there anymore. Then Dubi Okeke, the transfer from Winthrop, never couldn't shoot a free throw to save his life, which has kind of been the story of the program in the last couple of years.
I'll say that's just everybody that's come to Nebraska for some strange reason can't shoot free throws.
And I guess all these names I'm mentioning, because you had guards, you had Deshaun Burke and everything in Fred's first year that played valuable minutes and played extremely well down the stretch when Nebraska needed a boost that year. However, the guys down low, we always talk about Nebraska needing to build sides down low and rebound and really have a bruiser down low that can back up and compete in the Big Ten level.
Have a presence in the paint that isn't just going to get bullied and pushed out of the way, so you're not giving up 10 offensive boards a game.
Yeah, and that's something that we can talk about. But either way, the depth is drastically improved this year. And even though they played Peru State in an exhibition game last night, you saw that they feel comfortable. They had the 9 guys. I mean, there was 9 guys that really got the bulk of the minutes towards in the majority of the game until the back end. And you feel good and you have excitement surrounding all of them. There's no player that you come in and say, oh, well, at least this other player's in there to help them out or balance them out, help them out. There's none of that this year.
Every person has some level of excitement coming with them.
And also, Kobe Webster is in that area as well, where Kobe Webster played quite a bit last year. And it's not like Kobe Webster's regressed. Once again, that's just depth. And it's guys embracing, understanding their roles, loving the teammates, and there's nothing wrong with that.
People
there's
forget
no
Kobe
negatives
Webster
there.
is a bucket.
Yeah. And like I said, rebounding, perimeter defense were kind of a concern last night against Peru State. Peru's biggest guy was 6'8", and Nebraska only out rebounded Peru by 1, I think.
It's because they didn't get Oleg in the game.
They did towards the end. They did get him in, but it is it is what it is. So, the 464-5685. A couple texts here. Should we be concerned about Bryce McGowan's lack of effort last night? I'm not. Bryce is made it very clear, not only on Twitter, but just when you're talking to him, he's going to put the team first. He's not a guy that needs his every single night. He's going to probably get his eventually.
I mean, that kind of comes back to what I was saying earlier. Like his lack of effort is just like, you're playing Peru State, and you're trying to get more guys in the game. You're trying to see who's going to do what. So maybe a guy like Bryce McGowan's can take a back seat. Trey McGowan's can take a back seat and let some other people get some shots up to get acclimated to everything going on. So I'm not concerned about it at all. I'm sure, against Colorado, you'll see him step his game up.
Well, and that's the thing is maybe that's just speaks again to the talent around him is you don't need him to go out and drop 10 and 10 or 10 and 5 every single night. And that's very good to have, because we saw it last year where if we're talking about NBA prospect for Bryce McGowan's, we saw it with Delano Banton is despite him not being successful in the stat sheets in college, he's working out in Toronto and he's doing all right there. So, and then last but not least, before we get to Tom Dienhart of blackandgold.com, Dusty asks, did Nick give Rico his pop yet? I sure did. I got it for him today.
It's right here.
It's a large Coca-Cola.
It's right here, people.
From McDonald's.
It's all right. Nick paid me back.
So we're all good there. And then good news, Rico will buy me lunch tomorrow when the Bulls top the Knicks.
Okay, buddy.
But we'll get to that in the final segment. Let's take our first time out. When we come back, we'll be joined by Tom Dienhart of blackandgold.com, which is the rival site for Purdue. And we will get you ready for Saturday's matchup between the Boilermakers and the Huskers next up on the Happy Hour.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
The worst of times can bring out the best in each of us. Doctors, nurses, and frontline workers have labored selflessly to keep us safe during the health crisis of our lifetime. How do we thank these heroes? It's simple. Get your COVID vaccine so we can end this pandemic. Variants are on the rise, and we don't want to put these heroes through another health crisis. They have given their all. Now it's up to you. Please do your part. For you, for them, for us.
This message sponsored by the Helmsley Charitable Trust, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Tractor Supply Distribution Center in Waverly is now hiring for all shifts. They're a 24/7 facility and a clean environment to work in. There's potential to earn up to $25.25 per hour with opportunities for overtime. They also offer a retention bonus as new team members are eligible for a bonus as high as $1,000. Come be a part of the Tractor Supply team. Apply today at www.tractorsupply.jobs.
No doubt about it, a water softener saves you money. Don't have one? Call the plumbers at Bryant. Just one call and no arm-twisting contracts. For a free estimate, call 467-1111 or go to BryantLincoln.com.
And now, story time from the world of Yum.
I could not eat fruitcake. I would not eat it by a lake. I would not eat it with a snake. There's no amount that I would take because I'll never, ever eat fruitcake. Hey, these snacks are really good. What is this? This is Grandma's fruitcake, but it's so moist and delicious. I like fruitcake. Okay, good to know. Kids, I gotta go. All literature is a lie.
Check out Grandma's fruitcake and all the delicious desserts at Beatrice Bakery. Welcome to our world of yum.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Cloudy skies with a few sprinkles this morning, some sunshine by later this afternoon, but a wind advisory will be in effect as north-northwest winds could gust over 45 miles per hour this afternoon. and only a high of around 55. Mainly clear and chilly tonight with a low down to 37. Sunny with a high of 56 tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
The workday is long, the bills are due, and sometimes you just need to relax. There's no better way to do that than in your brand new hot spring spa from Bonsall Pool & Spa. With hot tubs as low as $75 per month and interest-free financing, you're sure to find the perfect spa to fit your lifestyle. So get over to Bonsall Pool & Spa today and check out their selection of hot spring spas. Bonsall Pool & Spa, 33rd and Highway 2. Every day made better.
You may be eligible for free 500 megabit internet from Allo if you've been financially impacted during the pandemic or received federal support. This is Brad Moline, president of Allo Communications, and I'm proud to say that Allo is supporting the FCC's Emergency Broadband Benefit Program. We're committed to providing everyone in our fiber communities access to high-quality internet. To find out more, please stop by our Allo store or go to allofiber.com/EBB.
If you're thinking about a new career, improving your job skills, or just continuing your love of lifelong learning, Southeast Community College's Spring Continuing Education Catalog is hitting your mailbox soon. It's chock full of options. Learn how to write a compelling grant application, become a pharmacy tech, or even learn to ride a motorcycle. We even provide the bike. Check out your catalog or go to southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to possible.
Experiencing increased body fat, low sex drive, lack of energy, or general fatigue? Vitalize Health offers testosterone replacement therapy and peptide therapy to boost hormone levels and build muscle mass. Call Vitalize Health today at 402-413-0717 or go online to vitalizehealthne.com.
Gary Michaels Clothier's 38th anniversary sale is happening now. Our entire new fall inventory will be marked 20 to 50% off. Suits, sport coats, sweaters, sports shirts, shoes, and outerwear all 20 to 50% off. Famous brand names like Marcello, St. Croix, Bobby Jones, Byron, Monterizari, and Jack Victor all now 20 to 50% off. Don't miss Gary Michaels Clothier's 38th anniversary sale and come see us in our new location in Village Gardens, south of 56th and Pine Lake Road. You be there.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here on the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary with you. 464-5685, Honda of Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line. Both of those are open for you the rest of the hour here. We are now joined on the Honda of Lincoln Hotline by Tom Dienhart of goldandblack.com for Purdue. Tom, how are you doing?
I'm good, doing good. Looking forward to coming your way here tomorrow. Big ball game, big sense of urgency for both these programs. I know for Nebraska especially, they got to win 3 out of the last 4 to get bowl eligible. And of course, Purdue looking to rebound from its most lopsided loss of the season last week at home. It fell 30-13 to Wisconsin.
Yeah, I guess I want to start there then. What's the vibe right now for Purdue? What's the fan base like? Because you come off that big win at Iowa on the road, and you kind of look in the thick of it, like you're in the thick of it for the West, and then you kind of have a disappointing game with a lot of turnovers against Wisconsin. What's the vibe out there in West Lafayette?
Yeah, 5 turnovers. That was really what did them in, obviously. The vibe, it's just been sort of a roller coaster year, honestly. You referenced the win at number 2 Iowa the week before. You know, you feel like you're going to the Rose Bowl, and then you turn around the next week and you get your hat handed to you by Wisconsin on your home field in front of your biggest crowd in 10 years. So, you know, Purdue sort of is what it is. They're a work in progress. They've got their flaws, obviously. Wisconsin's a good team. Don't get me wrong. But this is something I never thought I'd say as somebody who's been around this program for years is Purdue's led by its defense, not its offense, which, again, cradle of quarterbacks, 30 points a game, go, score points. Purdue can't score this year. And they can move the ball, but when they get to the red zone, they really struggle. But the defense, fellas, really has kept them about every ball game this year. They just got worn down last week in the second half when they kept getting thrown out on the field and the offense kept turning it over.
We're talking to Tom Dienhart of goldenblack.com before Purdue takes on Nebraska on Saturday here in Lincoln. You mentioned the offense is struggling to score the football, which is something similar to Nebraska, but we'll get to that down the road here. Coach Brom named O'Connell the starter this week, but I also understand that they like to mix in quarterbacks. Explain that situation to us. How is that all working, and why are they deciding to go with the multiple quarterback option?
Yeah, ever since Jeff Brom got here in 2017, there's been drama at the quarterback spot, good or bad.
Yeah.
But I tell you, first of all, real quick recap on this year's drama. Jack Plummer won the job coming out of camp. He's just more of a dink and dunk guy. I think he really lacks confidence, struggles to make quick reads and get rid of the ball. So Brom made a switch. O'Connell takes over. This will be his fourth start of the year. He won the job last year, 2020, but got hurt. Layden O'Connell's more of a passer, more confident, get the ball downfield. And, Jeff Brom figures, hey, Purdue's only way to really win games is going to be by throwing it down the field, and he needs a quarterback that can do it. So that's why O'Connell's the guy. Clear number one. He's going to take 90% of the snaps. Now, the reason why Jeff Brom cooked up this I guess, 3-quarterback scheme was just to try in some way, shape, or form to augment a rushing game that's just abysmal. There are 129 out of 130 schools in the country in rushing. They're down to one scholarship running back. And again, the hope is Plummer and Austin Burton, they come in, they run a little options, quarterback draws, anything to get them some rushing yards to keep defenses off balance and make them try to respect the ground game. So Purdue's play action pass game has some bite to it.
I guess let's dive into the running back room for a brief moment, because I know Xander Horvath, I hope I'm saying his last name correct there.
Yeah, you got it.
I know he had a broken fibula, had some surgery in the middle of September or so, and his timetable was 4 to 8 weeks. How close is he to returning? Is there any chance that he helps out the Boilermakers on Saturday?
Yeah, you did your homework. He got hurt in September at Connecticut, broken left fibula, big loss. He may have been all Big Ten back. Maybe sort of a fringe NFL player too. We asked Coach Brom Monday about Horvath's possible availability Saturday. He said he was, quote, not optimistic. I'm about ready to head over to practice here in an hour. We'll talk to Jeff Brom one more time, get one more update on Horvath, but it doesn't sound like he's optimistic. We'll see if that changed or not. But, everybody's bumped up and bruised right now, right?
Yeah.
We're getting into November almost. I'll be honest with you, Purdue's health by and large isn't terrible. Their number 2 tight end won't play. A couple of offensive linemen are banged up, but I think they may end up playing defensively. Purdue won't have one of its ends, but he hasn't played most of the year. And they haven't had their best cornerback most of the year, too. So Purdue's going to come in this game relatively healthy, just trying to find a way to somehow scratch out a win.
We're talking to Tom Dienhart of goldenblack.com before Purdue takes on Nebraska on Saturday. All right, David Bell is obviously their best playmaker on offense. What does he do so well that really sets him above everybody else?
Yeah, first, how about that matchup, him versus Cam Taylor?
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
It's going to be very good. 2 future Sunday players, as they say.
Yeah.
David Bell's a technician, high football IQ, and he wins every 50-50 ball. Now, he's not going to wow you with his speed. He's about 6'1", 210 pounds, not a massive guy. If you just watch this guy run in shorts and a T-shirt at the combine, probably aren't going to be impressed. But you turn the film on, like I said, great technician, finds ways usually to get open and catches everything thrown his way typically. Just uncanny. Probably the best receiver in school history. He got locked up last week, let's be honest. Wisconsin wasn't going to let him catch 11 passes for 240 yards on him like Iowa did. Imagine Nebraska's going to do the same thing, right? They're going to get physical with him, going to double cover him, and make life difficult. They're going to try to make somebody else beat him, but it's not going to be David Bell. So we'll see what Purdue can do. They really need, I tell you what, they really need some of these other receivers to step up. If David Bell's getting all this attention, someone else should be open or have single coverage, right? They need guys like Milton Wright and TJ Sheffield and Brock Thompson to step up. I know you guys have a good tight end. Purdue's got a good tight end named Payne Durham. He had a big game last week. Payne Durham has to keep moving the chains too. But I will say this, if Purdue's going to win, they probably need Bell still to be the star.
You told us earlier that Purdue's been leaning on their defense this year. Outside of George Karlaftis, what is a name that Nebraska fans will probably be hearing a lot on Saturday?
Well, watch number 6, weak side linebacker Jaylen Graham, a true junior from Detroit. He may be a fringe pro, late round pick, free agent, but he looks like an NFL player. He's gotten better and better. Look for him to make some plays, trying to contain Martinez, obviously. He's probably their best linebacker, I think. Their tackles are more blue-collar guys, but watch Lawrence Johnson, the 300-pound guy that plays on the nose. He's going to have to be a guy who gets a push inside. And in the back end, I like their safeties. Watch both their safeties, Marvin Grant and Cam Allen. Cam Allen was the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week after the Iowa game. I suspect one of those two guys, maybe Marvin Grant, could maybe be a shadow on Martinez. But those are some other names outside of Karlaftis, I think, that you may hear about on Saturday.
Obviously, we're talking to Tom Dienhart of goldandblack.com. Obviously, here in Lincoln, there was a little bit of hot seat talk, especially following the Minnesota loss a couple weeks ago, and it didn't help having a bye week the next week. So how hot is the seat for Jeff Brom? What's the temperature there? Is he completely safe, or who needs this game more? Is it Scott Frost or Jeff Brom in your eyes?
Probably I don't know. Probably Frost, just because I think you guys' backs against the wall a little bit more than Purdue's right now. Purdue's got 4 wins, and like I said, after Purdue, you guys got Iowa, Wisconsin, Ohio State. You guys have to win this game, I think. Most people probably agree. That's not a big bold statement.
No.
As far as hot seat goes, Jeff Brom's not on it. Purdue is not flush with cash like Nebraska and some of these other schools where they can just write $10 million checks to make coaches clear out their office.
Yeah.
I guess I want to say they're stuck with them. It's a situation where they paid him a lot of money back in 2018 when he almost went back home to Louisville. So he's got a pair of golden handcuffs on him right now. I think, if they don't, for some reason, they don't go to a bowl, and it still could be a tough hill to climb here. Again, they're 4-3. They got some heavy lifting left too. That would just set up an interesting 2022. I think that's the year where things could get more pressure packed for Brom. If they don't go to a bowl this year, that would set up for, I don't know, maybe a make or break 2022. But again, these are 2 schools, 2 programs, 2 coaches where everybody was excited when these coaches were brought in. And right now they both kind of look like they're still kind of treading water, trying to figure things out.
A couple more here before we let you go, Tom. What's your opinion on just the Big Ten West as a whole division? I mean, it's kind of down this year. Obviously, Iowa might not be as good as many people expected or thought that they were a couple weeks ago before Purdue. Wisconsin is maybe turning around around their season with a good win last week against you guys. What's your overall opinion on the Big Ten West as a whole?
Yeah, real quagmire, isn't it?
Yeah.
I tell you what, Wisconsin, maybe it's recency bias for me, but boy, their defense is really good. Really good. The linebackers are really good. That front 7. Leo Chanel, Jack Sanborn, again, 2 tough linebackers. Their offense may be figuring it out. They can run it like they did against Purdue. Graham Mertz only had to throw 8 passes, but you guys will get a look at them here shortly, right?
Yeah, I hear.
Madison, Iowa's there this weekend. We'll see what Iowa's got when they go to Camp Randall. But I'm kind of leaning toward Wisconsin, but Minnesota's lurking in the weeds, fellas.
Yeah, they're just like that. They're in first place
watch
here.
Them. They have to go to Iowa in a couple weeks, and they can win there. And then I think it could set up where November 27th, the regular season finale, Wisconsin, Minnesota could be your de facto Big Ten West title game.
One last one here before we let you go, Tom. Do you have a prediction or kind of a thought on how Saturday unfolds between Nebraska and Purdue?
It's going to be hard for Purdue to win. I'm probably picking them. I don't know why.
I do that every week.
It's going to be hard. It's just so hard for them to score.
Mm-hmm.
And heck, the defense scored half their TDs last weekend. Karlaftis had the scoop and scored. They only scored 2 touchdowns. The defense scored one of them. Now you got to go into that raucous environment at Lincoln. Boy, they'll have their hands filled. And when Nebraska's had 2 weeks here to stew, they're going to be motivated. They know they really got to win this game. It's going to be hard. And they're about a 7.5-point favorite. I think Nebraska, again, I'm probably going to pick people. I think Nebraska probably will win. But I guess I'm not sure if they're going to cover. I think it could be close. But again, I just think Purdue's offensive struggles could make it an uphill climb for them.
Awesome. Tom, we appreciate the time. As always, have a safe trip down here to Lincoln. Enjoy the game, and we'll talk to you sometime soon.
All right. Take care, fellas.
Have a good one.
That is Tom Dienhart of goldandblack.com. Appreciate the time there filling us in on what's happening in West Lafayette. Let's go ahead and take our final timeout. When we come back, it's Bulls Knicks tonight, along with Thursday Night Football, and then we'll get you set up for one-on-one with DP. We'll do all that next.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday. You lost Wednesday. You're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Lay the groundwork for more harvesting capacity when you order new John Deere combines and headers during Landmark Implement's early order program. Whether you're looking to improve your existing combine, corn head, or flex draper, or you've been wanting to update to a new model year, now is the time to upgrade. Get the very latest harvesting equipment and technology that fit your operations needs. Get your new John Deere harvest equipment built just the way you want. Contact your local Landmark Implement for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
Why pay for average lawn care when you can get better elsewhere? Blades Lawn Care is the place to go for excellent service for homeowners associations and commercial or residential lawn work. As we enter the fall with aerating and lawn care ahead of winter, also prepare for 2022 maintenance for your lawn. Call Rich today at 402-730-6320 to learn more or to schedule services for the fall or to look ahead to 2022. Blades Lawn Care, trusted service for over 10 years.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Tailgating wasn't just meant for weekends. Join 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday at Chick-fil-A for Tailgate Tuesdays. Scan your app with any purchase on Tuesdays and you'll be entered to win a tailgate meal for 15 people. That's chicken nuggets, fresh fruit, and iced tea or lemonade. Winners will be contacted each Wednesday, and you can come see Tom and Bach from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the 48th and O location or at South Point each week. It's Tailgate Tuesdays all season long at Chick-fil-A in Lincoln.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill has been your go-to in South Lincoln for years, and their second location in downtown Lincoln is now open. Rosie's downtown spot is Lincoln's premier Nebraska party bar with the sidetrack band every Friday night of home games and all day for Nebraska home football games. With 34 TVs that are 65 inches or bigger, you'll always have a great view for all the games. Make sure to check out the new Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, now open in downtown Lincoln at 10th and P.
Hi, this is Kurt, your shop manager at A1 Automotive here in downtown Lincoln. My promise to you is this: you won't find another automotive repair facility that genuinely cares about you and your vehicle. Our service is outstanding and our customer service is better. Please give me a call for all your automotive repair questions and needs. Call me at 402-477-4660. We were built on small town values, and that shows in how we treat others. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Cloudy skies with a few sprinkles this morning, some sunshine by later this afternoon, but a wind advisory will be in effect as north-northwest winds could gust over 45 miles per hour this afternoon and only a high of around 55. Mainly clear and chilly tonight with a low down to 37, sunny with a high of 56 tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Experiencing increased body fat, low sex drive, lack of energy, or general fatigue? Vitalize Health offers testosterone replacement therapy and peptide therapy to boost hormone levels and build muscle mass. Call Vitalize Health today at 402-413-0717 or go online to vitalizehealthne.com.
What are you doing, Sip?
I thought the chickens could use some more light in their lives.
So you're building what exactly?
It's a motion-censored switchboard. Duh.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Of course. Ow! God!
Ow! Seems like a job for a professional.
Just one more wire. Yep, there you go, right there.
Don't be like Sip. Call Joe at Ambition Electric for any of your electric needs at 402-217-3415.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
Back to the happy hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Sorry about that, folks. If you heard my mic moving a little bit, I could not get it to sit still.
I don't know why you like swing it up after every segment.
I don't like it right in the middle of
Then move.
of me.
Then
Usually
move.
I do. I can't sit still. You know this.
Just
Rico.
leave the mic there and move.
Make sure you stick around after we are out of here in a couple minutes. One-on-one with DP will follow us. All right, Rico.
What you want?
We got a couple texts about it earlier from Cubsker especially.
What's up, Cubsker? What did he say?
Rico, we need a bet. You need to make a bet with Cubsker on Bulls Knicks tonight.
What you want, Cubsker? What's up? I don't know what he wants. I don't.
Yeah, send context. Rico,
You want like $1? I bet $1 that the Knicks beat the Bulls tonight.
Rico can still see the text line, so he'll be all good there. How do you think, honestly? I know you think Knicks will win.
Yes.
And I think Bulls will win.
Uh-huh.
How do you think the Knicks find a way to get it done?
What do you mean
Is
find a way to
Is
get
it
it done?
RJ Barrett just locking up Levine?
It's Julius Randle just going off. It's Julius Randle leading the team in points. RJ Barrett playing great defense, some complimentary offense. Kemba Walker draining threes. Derrick Rose getting to the hoop and the harm, hitting his free throws. Mr. Robinson shutting down Vucevic.
I don't think you can shut down.
Vucevic.
I don't think you can shut down Vooch.
He shut down Joel Embiid, so there's that. Joel Embiid was 0 for 5.
Vooch, Joel Embiid.
Yeah, Joel Embiid was 0 for 5 in the first half.
Yeah, I think the Bulls get this one done.
Okay.
So where are
Why?
we getting lunch tomorrow?
I don't know.
It can't be McDonald's.
Runza, Raising Cane's.
Perfect. I like Runza.
Okay, we'll do Runza.
We'll do Runza. If Runza wants to sponsor it, they can. If they're listening.
Nick and Rico's Bet of the Week.
We could do that.
Sponsored by Runza.
That could be a segment idea.
Jake,
are
you listening?
Jake's not listening. He's doing Song of the Day, I think.
We'll just have a Bet of the Week. It'll be a midweek. It'll be an NBA Bet of the Week. It won't always be the Knicks and the Bulls. It'll just be a game.
That's happening on a Thursday night.
And we'll bet it, and the loser has to buy lunch.
Well, if it's sponsored, they just bring it in, and
Exactly.
we just keep a tally.
Well, we could do that.
That would work.
I don't really know how you. I don't know.
We'll tallies.
We'll figure it out.
That's just things we can worry about later.
That's
on.
not my job.
Yeah, Jake,
are you
we
listening?
need to talk to Runza. We need to talk to Runza about sponsoring Nick and Rico's Bet of the Week.
I didn't hear what you guys were saying.
We're gonna do a Bet of the Week every Thursday.
Me and you?
No, me and Nick. Every Thursday, we're going to bet on an NBA game, and we need it sponsored.
Oh, okay.
Just a segment idea.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Got any ideas to talk to?
Runza.
We said Runza, but that's
the
probably
Runza bet of the week. Do you think they're going to endorse sports betting?
Yes.
It's not.
It's
there's
not
no money
sports
involved.
betting. It's right. It's lunch.
There's no money involved.
It's a friendly wager.
I want to be involved in this bet.
You can be. We'll do
I'll
that.
take the heat every week. And by the way, I heard your conversation at the end of the during the pregame.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I was driving. I heard you. I have been a Heat fan since 1997.
I remember Eddie Curry.
It is Eddie Jones, by the way. Eddie Curry was never on the Heat. I heard that. I'm like, you're speaking. What I did not say, I said Eddie Jones. Eddie Jones, not Eddie Curry.
Yeah, I know. Eddie Curry played for the Knicks.
Who else do you know about?
You want me to list all 100 players of all time?
Just give me
some
7.
not as famous players that you remember.
Okay, well, the reason I started liking the Heat when I was 7 was
Mike
because
Miller?
of Wow, you guys are so young.
Miller didn't play in 97.
He was in college in 97, or just starting college, or almost to college.
Fun fact
Tim
about Mike-
Hardaway and Alonzo Mourning were my boys. Okay?
You know those names, don't you, Nick?
I do. Fun fact about Mike Miller: I saw him at a sports bar in downtown Omaha during the World Series.
Did you say hi to him?
No. But
Should I
saw
keep
him.
going on Miami
Yes!
Heat players?
Go ahead, keep going.
Yes, we have about a minute left.
What era do you want here?
Anything. Just
Mario Chalmers, LeBron James,
Oh,
Chris
wow,
Bosh.
so
Okay, should I go
easy.
back further? Okay, Dwayne Wade, Shaq, Karan Butler.
Wow. Okay, you're naming a lot of
Rasul Butler,
really easy
Gary
names
Payton,
here.
Michael Beasley.
Congratulations.
We had Glenn Rice, Bashawn Leonard was there. We had Eddie Jones, of course. I mean, come on, you put me on the spot. I could name a ton of these guys.
Yeah.
Josh McRoberts was there at one point starting.
I remember
That
Josh
sucked.
McRoberts.
You didn't give me respect for Karan Butler or Rasul Butler. Those are pretty
Rasul
good.
Butler played for the Bulls as well.
Right. They had
Karan Butler used to be that dude. I give you no respect.
All right. Well, good job, Jake. Proud of you, man.
I could go for days.
Proud of you. The Heat are still garbage.
We're done for today. He's saying something.
I don't care. I turned his mic off.
We're done for today. Have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Adios.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known.